Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Happy Monday to you all. How are you guys doing today? It's raining out. It seems like every Monday it's starting to rain. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, it's Monday. So I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you all for being here today. Um, Thank you for being patient with me as well. Last week on Friday, I talked about, um, experiencing some grief because we're coming up on the anniversary of my mom's passing on April 15th. And it's already hard enough. Like on Sundays, it's been difficult because I did have conversations with her, but it's been difficult. But I get through it. But now we're at the anniversary of her passing, and that will be on April 15th, and it will be 5 years exactly. And it's just been hard. Guys, anyone out there who've lost a parent or both of your parents, you know what I'm talking about. For those who still have your parents, spend time with them. Tell them you love them. Let them know how much you appreciate them in your life and what they mean to you, guys. Because when they're gone, it's too late to say all of that or any of that. So please spend time with them, and whatever grievances or differences that you have with them, please resolve it. Because one of the worst things in the world is to have some beef or grief with your parents and unexpectedly one or both of them pass away and you never had a chance to resolve whatever it was that you went through with them. Do it now. Tell them you love them. Hug them. Be there for them because tomorrow is not promised to any of us, guys. If I could rewind and go back and change some things, pertaining to me and my mother, I would. But I know that because of everything I'm going through, that I've changed for the better. But like I said, if I could have another conversation with her, it would be priceless. It would mean more than anything in the world to me to be able to have another conversation with her, to hear her voice, to listen to her storytelling, to see and watch her laughter. All those things are gone, even to have her yell at me about something. And when you lose both your parents, you feel like an orphan. It just doesn't feel the same. You get through it, the grief and the pain, but um, you never get over it. And I just want to throw that out there before we get into this topic of discussion today, because that's so important. Any grievances you have, please resolve them. Because if not, and something happens, it's going to eat you up for the rest of your life. So that's just me, my advice to those who are my listeners here today. So, guys, with that being said, please keep in mind that I'm not a therapist. I'm not a social worker or a counselor. I'm someone who's been through a overwhelming amount of grief, pain, and it's just been hell. And without God, I would never have been able to get through these things. So, what I do here on this channel, I share piece by piece things I've gone through, and I share how I've gotten through them without a physical support system, except for a therapist and God, you know. Not having somebody cheering me on, you can do this, none of that. I had to do the work, and it hasn't been easy. So, but because I took God's hand, prayed, asked Him to help me, made vows, and I persevere through all the challenges. I crawl, bit, and persevere through them all. And as I took steps, God took steps behind the scenes on my behalf as I did the work. So, guys, with that being said, the topic of discussion today is addressing the elephant in the room. Again, addressing the elephant in a room. If you are serious, or if we are serious about staying on this path to heal the grief, the pain, the depression, all of these things that come along um, with losing someone or having traumatic experiences in our life that cause us pain, that cause us setbacks, etc., and so forth. We have to look at the situations. I know I'm going to talk from my own perspective that growing up in a household, especially a religious household, and when difficult things would happen, somewhat traumatic situations, you know, we I was told what happens in this house stays in this house, you know, and nobody talked about the traumatic experiences that happened. We were supposed to just, you know, toughen up, so to speak. But how can you heal if you're not addressing the elephant in the room? How can you heal if you're pretending that the elephant isn't there? How can you heal if you're walking around the elephant and just not acknowledging it at all? There's no healing when you don't confront what has caused you so much pain.